Matisse Gesso MM10. This is a primer or a surface preparation before you paint. It'll give a matte, flat, opaque finish. It will help to block anything coming through, so maybe a stain on the back of your canvas, or if you're working on panel or on wood, you want to try and block anything that might come through and stain or change the colour of your painting. The gesso will help to do that too. And for oil painters, so you can use oil paint over the top of this water-based acrylic gesso, for oil painters it also contains calcium carbonate or calcite grounds, and that helps to void the effects of the off-gassing that happens with oil paints decades down the track. That gas will tend to attack the canvas, so the gesso will stop the gas getting through from the oil paints through the canvas. Not a worry for those of us that paint with acrylics, but certainly something to keep in mind if you paint with oils. And the gesso, the MM10, is really quite thick. It's a very thick gesso that originally was used with a blade or a metal blade or something quite sharp and dragged across the canvas to give a very smooth surface. You can still use a brush with it if you like, but we have other gessos that work a little bit better with a brush, such as the low viscosity gesso. So in saying that it's applied quite thickly, in relation to painting that's actually not really thick, because it's very matte, it means it's got very high solids and a slightly lower binder content or glue content to give that wonderful matte finish, and the absorption or ability for paints to adhere to it really well. But also because of that, with the slightly lower binder content, it just won't build as high. It's not meant to be a high build sort of product. It's meant to go on in thin coats. So in a nutshell, the gesso will help to prepare your surface, give you a nice even finish, even absorption of the acrylic or the oil or whatever you happen to be painting with across the whole surface. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them down below.